to the City of Plymouth Common Council meeting, April 17th, 2012. This is our council organizational meeting according to state statute. Clerk will call the roll, please.
Lottie.
Here.
Sedlacek.
Present.
Jarvis.
Here.
Hanson.
Here.
Anderson.
Present.
Fowler.
Here.
Riley.
Present.
Let the record show we have a quorum for a common council meeting. Next item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you and good evening, everybody. Next item on the agenda is the acceptance of the minutes of the last regular meeting held April 4th, 2012. Chair will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved, Alder Anderson.
Second, Alderman Riley.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is the audience portion where we ask you to come in, sign in, and be recognized by the chair, where you get to talk and we get to listen. Tonight, we have no one who signed up. Moving on, item 5. Chair will entertain a motion to accept the resignation of David Williams as a citizen member of the Committee on Aging.
So move, Alderman Lottie.
Second, Alder Hanson.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Next item is the treasurer's report. Approved treasurer's report and authorized payment of March vouchers. I'll ask Clerk Huberty to summarize for us, please.
For the month of March, the City of Plymouth balance on February 29th was $3,418.72. Receipts, $1,182,524.97. Disbursements, $1,131,591.84, bringing us to a balance on March 31st of $54,351.85. For the Plymouth utilities, the balance on February 29th was $59.31. Receipts, $3,388,480.73. Disbursements, $3,388,472.59, bringing them to a balance on March 31st of $67.45.
Thank you. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the treasurer's report and authorized payment of March vouchers.
So moved, Alderman Riley.
Second, Alder Jarvis.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion? Clerk will call the roll.
Fowler.
Yes.
Hanson.
Yes.
Sedlacek.
Yes.
Anderson.
Yes.
Lottie.
Yes.
Jarvis.
Yes.
Riley.
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Item 7, other business. We have the March management reports acknowledged for filing. Item C, the minutes acknowledged for filing as listed and are available in the clerk's office if, for the public if they want to take a look at it. Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn for a sine die, and then we will reconvene.
So moved, Alder Anderson.
Second, Alderman Riley.
We have a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We stand adjourned. Gentlemen,
Jim, would you put the nameplates in for me, please?
good evening.
Good evening.
I declare the Plymouth Common Council back in order and ask the clerk to call the roll.
Fowler,
Here.
Hanson,
Present.
Sedlacek,
Here.
Williams,
Here.
Anderson,
Present.
Markham,
Here.
Jarvis, Riley.
Present.
Let the record show we have a quorum. Next item on the agenda is the oath of office for Mayor Pullman. Clerk Huberty, would you administer the oath of office?
You stand and raise your right hand. I state your name,
I, Donald Pullman,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and faithfully discharge the duties of mayor
and faithfully discharge the duties of mayor
of the City of Plymouth
of the City of Plymouth
to the best of my
to
ability.
the best of my ability.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is the oath of office for alderpersons John Anderson, David Williams, District 1, Jim Sedlacek, District 2, Jackie Jarvis, District 3, and Sean Markham, District 4. You'd all please stand.
Everyone raise their right hand, please. I state your name, do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and the Constitution of the State of Wisconsin,
and faithfully discharge the duties of alderperson
and faithfully discharge the duties of alderperson
of the City of Plymouth
of the City of Plymouth
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
We'll do the extended shake. Welcome to our new alderpersons, and we welcome you to the Common Council and look forward to bigger and better things as we move the city forward. And we welcome your input on any and all items at any and all times. Thank you very much for stepping forward to serve the city. Next item is the election of the council president. This is a nomination by the council members, and as the chair, I simply conduct the meeting. I now declare nominations open for council president, City of Plymouth, for 1 year.
Here.
Alderman Riley.
I nominate Charlie Hanson.
Second.
We have a first and a second for Charlie Hanson. Do we have any other nominations? Do we have any other nominations? The chair moves for closing nominations.
So moved, Alder Anderson.
Second.
We have a first and a second to close nominations. Nominations are closed. The chair will entertain a unanimous motion, unanimous vote for Charlie Hance for council president.
So moved, Alder Anderson.
Second all.
We have a first and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations, Council President Hanson. Moving on, the next order of business is a resolution of commendation and presentation of plaque to former Alderman Ron Lottie. The chair will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved, Alder Markham.
Second, Alderman Riley.
We have a first and a second. Is there any discussion?
Yes, Mayor.
I would ask the clerk to read I'm sorry, Alderperson Jarvis?
I just would like to share a few words. Would you like me to do it after the commendation or before?
Let's do it after. Let's read, why don't we read the resolution, please? Alderman Lottie, would you step forward, please?
Whereas Ron Lottie has served faithfully as alderperson in District 4 upon his election in April 1982 through April 1988, April 1989 through 1991, April 1994 through April 1998, and last serving from April 2002 through April 2012, spanning 22 years. Whereas Ron Lottie's contribution to municipal government is an indication of his pride in our community, whereas it is fitting and right that the city recognize Ron Lottie for his years of service to this community, now therefore be it resolved that the mayor and the common council on behalf of the citizens of the city of Plymouth extend to Ron Lottie their deepest appreciation and gratitude for his dedication and service to the city of Plymouth, and that a copy of this resolution be presented to him and also be spread upon the minutes of this meeting.
Congratulations. We have a plaque putting now into permanent history for your wall as a memory and as a token of our appreciation. Thank you again.
Thank you. May I just say that
You have the floor.
it's been an honor and a privilege to serve the people of the 4th District and the citizens of the city of Plymouth. And I'd just like to wish the 2 new gentlemen of the council good luck and have a lot of fun. Thank you.
Ron, there's on top, there's a plastic.
And Alderperson Jarvis, you have a
Yep,
comment?
yeah, I wanted to share some words. There are 2 resounding qualities of Alder Lottie that merit sharing with you and paying tribute to tonight. Firstly, Alder Lottie portrays great character in terms of his ability to maintain a respectful demeanor to those he works with. Even though we have had disagreements over issues and votes, he has always demonstrated the utmost respect in his discourse with others. I've never seen him demean, belittle, or personalize his arguments, even in the face of unprofessional and immature conduct. He has always taken the high road. This is a great attribute, one that we can only aspire to achieve, and it will be missed. Secondly, the time and investment that Alder Lottie has given during his service as a council member is unsurpassed. His time, investigation, and thought on major as well as minor issues is one that the citizens of Plymouth should be grateful for. It is with extreme gratitude that I express my appreciation for Alder Lottie's service to the city of Plymouth, and it's been an honor to serve with you.
Alderman Hanson.
I would also like to thank Alder Lottie for his dedication and time. There are times when we don't agree with issues, but one of the things I've noted with him is that we can discuss those particular times and issues, and we can leave the council and be friends, and I wish that was done more often in our state and federal governments, because it's definitely done with Alder Lottie locally. So thank you, Alder Lottie, for your dedication, and I appreciate the things you've done for the city of Plymouth.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and it was a privilege to serve with all of you on this council. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 14.
We didn't
Oh,
vote,
I'm sorry.
we didn't vote on the, a motion was made. but we-
Oh, we didn't vote on the resolution? Bring that back.
No, you gave it out.
All in favor of the resolution as so eloquently stated and commented on, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Now you can keep it. Okay, moving on, thank you. Again, the mayor is the facilitator of item 14. Every 3 years, we appoint the clerk treasurer, and the chair hereby opens nominations for the appointment of Plymouth City Clerk Treasurer. Council President Hanson.
I nominate Patty Huberty.
Second, Alder Anderson.
We have a first and a second for Patty Huberty. Do we have any other nominations?
Mayor Bowman,
Alderman Hanson.
I move we close nominations and cast unanimous ballot for Patty Huberty.
I'll second that.
We have a first and a second to close nominations and cast unanimous ballot for Patty Huberty. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, all of them.
Next item on the agenda, this is the one I always get cracked up over. I can never keep a straight face on this one. Well, then just table it.
You should too.
Appointment of the weed commissioner, yeah, we got a willing person. The pay is a whole lot better than alderman too, by the way. This is a mayor appointment, confirmation by the council. The mayor hereby appoints Bill Immig for a one-year weed commissioner. Chair will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved, Alderman Riley.
Second, Alder Jarvis.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Tell Bill it was tabled. Item 16, announce mayoral appointment of railroad service coordinator for a one-year term. The mayor hereby appoints Jerry Thompson. Item 17, council committee appointments for 1 year. The chair hereby appoints to the Board of Review John Anderson and Council President Hanson. Item B, Plan Commission, Alderman Fowler. Item C, Joint Review Commission, Alderman Markham. And item D, Downtown Revitalization Committee, Alderperson Jarvis and Alderman Williams. Moving on, mayoral appointments requiring common council approval. This is a 1 year. Item E, finance and personnel. The mayor hereby appoints David Williams, Jay Riley, Jim Fowler, and Sean Markham. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the appointments to the Finance Personnel Committee.
So moved.
Second.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion?
Mayor Bowman,
Alderman Hanson.
I've discussed with you, and I couldn't discuss with too many alderpersons on it. I had requested that you would consider not having all the members on the Personal Finance Committee be the junior members. And so I had suggested that maybe changes, no offense to any person that's on a particular area, but all of them, they're the newest alderpersons on the city. And so I'm not sure I will support this in my motion on this, because we have all junior members on it, not any senior members on it.
Any other comments? Alderperson Jarvis.
Yep. I would have to concur with President Hanson that I think from recalling my first year, it's very, no matter what kind of finance background you have, and with all the other things you're trying to get up to speed with, that when you're new, it's very difficult to keep up with all the finances and all the budgeting and that whole process. And I think that it's better to have a few senior members on that committee.
Thank you. Any other comments? Alderman Hanson.
Also, our Director of City Services has suggested that the 2 junior members be put one in each committee. If I'm correct in that, or I don't speak.
That is correct. I talked to both Mayor Pullman and Council President Hanson, and in discussions with both of them, I had made a recommendation that since we have 2 new council members coming on board, that my recommendation was to have 1 new council member on each of the 2 committees. That had been my recommendation.
Any other comments? Alderman Hanson.
And this definitely is your appointments. It is not the council's appointments. The council has to approve of those appointments. So I want to make sure that that's known, that you are the person that makes those choices, but the council needs to approve those or not.
Any other comment? I will add one short comment. In the letter that went out to the council members, I did indicate at the bottom of that, and several council members did acknowledge that I had included that sentence in there, briefly commenting that I said I will work with Director Yurgis on the final decisions and try to use the most effective talents that we have and take advantage of those talents of members on the council. I have never, as mayor, looked at members as junior or senior members, that I do not believe that there is such a thing as seniority on the council. I instead look at what each council member brings to us and their background and their ability. And I did consider very carefully splitting up the two new members, but in discussions with both of them, they do have finance background, as do I. When I came on as mayor, we only had a limited amount of people to go to, and with the addition of our Director of Services, I feel that we have a vast amount of knowledge and ability that we can tap into, not only with the members of the council to bring them along, but in both cases of the two new junior members, as we're calling them, they are council members. They have already gone to Director Yurgis, and they have dived into the books of the city, and they've asked questions. That, to me, is an important attribute of anybody who wants to serve in the city, on any committee or the council. I do feel that both of them have adequate background. Certainly, deal in finances is what we need, and I feel that in the interest of the council and the ability that they bring to the table, that this is the best decision. Our ordinance does state we need one from each district, so when you pick one, the other one is automatically ruled out and lands on the Public Works Utility Committee. And Council President Hanson is right. That is my decision. I think I've done my due diligence in that process, and I feel that this is in the best interest of the council. Any other, Alderman Hanson?
I did not, and hopefully at all insinuate that because they're junior members, they're not experienced. That is not at all true. I respect their positions and their part, but I felt that, and I feel that if you have persons that are on the council that have been on a longer time, they might have knowledge, and I surely don't even come close to the financial knowledge that either one of them have. But I just thought the experience is one of the factors that pulls into that particular committee. So that was my reason, and I had asked you to do a change in that. And again, it is your choice, and it's, our choice or my choice to vote as such on that, so.
That's
But
correct.
it is your appointment.
Any other comments? Clerk will call the roll.
Riley,
One move to point, are we voting on this is the way we want it to stay?
We're voting on, the motion was as the mayor appointed it, correct?
Okay, yes.
Anderson.
Yes.
Jarvis.
No.
Markham.
Yes.
Fowler.
Yes.
Hanson.
No.
Sedlacek.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Motion carried, thank you. Moving on, item F, Public Works Utility Committee. The mayor hereby appoints John Anderson, Jim Sedlacek, Jackie Jarvis, and Charles Hanson. The chair will entertain a motion to approve.
So second, Alder Hanson.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion?
May I
Alderman
ask
Hanson.
who made the motion? I didn't, okay.
Alderman Hanson.
It would not pay for me to be against it because the other one's through, and I'm supportive of this decision as such. So.
Any other comments? Clerk will call the roll.
Hanson.
Yes.
Jarvis.
Yes.
Sedlacek.
Yes.
Markham.
Yes.
Williams.
Yes.
Riley.
Yes.
Fowler.
Yes.
Anderson.
Yes.
Motion carried, thank you. Item G, H, I, J, and K, the chair hereby appoints the following and asks for a motion to be entertained on all of the appointments. When I complete, we'll do them in a bunch. Item G, Committee on Aging, David Williams. Item H, Library Board, Jim Szlachek. Item I, Park Commission, Charles Hanson. Item J, Revolving Loan, John Anderson. And item K, Jay Riley. The chair will entertain a motion on the above.
So moved.
Mr. Mayor. As you read, it's different.
We have a first, I need a second to discuss.
Second, Alder Hanson.
We have a first and a second, and you're right, Alderman Szlachek. There was a last minute change to Jay Riley from Jackie Jarvis
Okay,
after consultation with both of them.
okay.
Any other comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Moving on, appointment by council. This is a one-year appointment. Public Safety Committee, the chair would recommend Markham and Riley, but the chair will entertain a motion at your will. These are council appointments, so the council needs to make motions.
Open nominations, just like you would for.
We need to open nominations for this, so you, as,
The chair opens nominations for Public Safety Committee. Yes, thank you.
Mayor Pullman,
Alderman Hanson.
I nominate Alder Riley. It does not, nominations do not need a second, so just you're aware of that.
We need 2 nominations for Public Safety Committee. Alderman Jarvis.
I'll nominate Alder Markham.
Do we have any other nominations for Public Safety Committee? Do we have any other nominations for Public Safety Committee? Alderman Hanson.
I move we close nominations and cast unanimous ballots for the 2 alders.
Second, Anderson.
We have a first and a second to close nominations and cast unanimous ballot for Markham and Riley. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Item M, Public PIC Senior Advisory Committee. Too many words tonight. We'll open nominations for PIC Senior Advisory Committee. This is an alderperson, and the chair would recommend Alderperson Jarvis. Alderman Riley.
I would move to nominate Alderperson Jarvis.
Do we have any other nominations for PIC Senior Advisory Committee?
Mayor Pullman,
Alderman Hanson.
I move we close nominations and cast unanimous ballot for Alder Jarvis.
Second.
We have a first and a second to move the nomination for Alderperson Jarvis and cast a unanimous ballot. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Item 18, Citizen Committee Appointments. The mayor announces the following appointments. Item A, Joint Review Commission, Pete Romer, a 3-year term. Item B, Board of Review, Bill Barbier, a 1-year term. Police and Fire Commission, Dennis Brooks, a 5-year term. And item D, Plan Commission, Roger Lanning and Pete Romer, both 3-year terms.
Mr. Mayor, may I just comment on the Plan Commission, Pete Romer? There are term limits, and technically, the council should waive the term limits for Mr. Pete Romer for item number D.
The chair will entertain a motion to approve the appointments with the contingency of waiving the term on Pete Romer as indicated by our Director of Services. Thank you.
So move Alder Hanson.
Second, Alder Anderson.
We have a first and a second to approve the mayoral appointments.
I have a question.
No, excuse me, back up. The council doesn't approve those appointments. Those are my appointments.
Waive.
But
For
we're,
the Romer,
but we're waiving.
That's what I moved on Romer's.
Yeah, I
Not
worded
your
it.
appointments.
No,
I wanna
I
touch
worded
that.
it incorrectly. the chair entertains a motion to waive the requirement for Pete Romer.
So move again.
Exactly. I stated it incorrectly. So we have a first and a second to waive the requirement for Pete Romer on the Plan Commission. Any discussion?
Yes.
Alderperson Jarvis?
How many terms has Pete Romer had?
He's had three-year
Yeah, you're allowed
terms.
three-year terms. I know he's had that, if not 12, possibly, as, well, you consider alderperson, but
He was off.
3 years, yeah.
At least 9 years. Okay.
In a
He was
row.
on as an alderperson, but then went as a.
Right, because he was on as an alderman first.
Do we have a list of other interested citizens that you have do you have another, have you been generating a list of people that are?
I don't think we have a list of interested members. I would say that, you know, Mr. Romer having the historical background going back 10-plus years is beneficial for the Plan Commission. But we haven't received any letters from any citizens that are interested in Plan Commission appointments, and typically the clerk's office could receive a letter at any point in any time of individuals interested on serving city committees, so.
I would further add a comment to that, that on 2 radio messages, I did solicit and invite people for any and all committees, including Plan Commission, and ask them to either contact alderpersons and/or city clerk or Director Yurgis, and I had none. I don't know of anybody who said that they had any, and if the office hasn't had any, then we haven't had any one interested in Plan Commission as a comment. Any other comments? Alderman Hanson?
This is for a 1 and 3-year term, it's not,
Correct.
doesn't waive his
No.
continuation, just so.
No, 1 3-year term.
Okay.
Any other comments? On waiving the 3-year term, we have a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried, a waiver is granted. Next item, mayor appointments requiring common council approval. The chair would ask that you make a motion to approve the entire slate, being E through L. And I will go through and read them. Board of Review alternate, Ron Lottie. Item F, Board of Appeals, Carol O'Malley, 3-year, Ron Lottie, 1 year. Committee on Aging, Elaine Burgess, 3-year. Betsy Kydrowski, 3-year. Downtown Revitalization, Jan Cheka, Brian Frazen, and Wendell Strutz, all 3-year. Item I, Park Commission, Melissa Lean, 5 years. Public Safety, Steve Douglas, Al Kranig, 2 years. Revolving Loan, Terry Abler, Mel Blanky, Scott Flood, and Gary Kramer, all 3-year. And Housing Authority, David Payne. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the entire slate.
So moved, Alder Anderson.
Second, Alderman Riley.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The entire slate is approved. Thank you. Next item is the appointment of the council. Again, the mayor is the facilitator. The PIC Senior Advisory Committee has room for 1 citizen member. The chair would recommend Betsy Kradowski and take nominations from the floor.
Mayor, I nominate Betsy Kradowski.
Second.
We have a first and a second. Do we have any other nominations for?
I was just gonna say that Betsy was appointed earlier, and there's only been 1 meeting since she was appointed, and because it's the reorganizational, and we're treating this as 1-year appointments with the council, that it makes sense to reappoint Betsy, since she's only been to 1 meeting.
Correct. Thank you. Alderman Hanson.
Move we close nominations, cast unanimous ballot for Betsy Krakowski.
Second, Alder Jarvis.
We have a first and a second to close nomination and cast unanimous ballot for Betsy Kradowski. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Item 20, approve 2011-12 tavern operator licenses as indicated, previously approved by the chief. The chair will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We have a first and a second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed?